A Mochi moment from Sadie, who writes, I'm not crying, you're crying. This is what I said during my first appointment with my physician at Mochi, because I didn't have to convince him I needed a GLP-1. He understood, and I felt supported, not judged. I came for the weight loss and stayed for the empathy. Thanks, Sadie. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Sadie is a Mochi member compensated for her story.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories for Friday, July 5th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill, and this is the weekend edition of the Instagram Stories. The biggest news by far is the fact that it is Threads' 1-year anniversary. And to celebrate, the Threads team has updated its app to allow you to pick a new app icon every single day. If you open the Threads app and click on your profile page, in the top right corner, you'll see something that looks like a little cake. And if you tap on it, you can pick a new app icon, and you can do that every day. As I mentioned on the last episode, there is a Threads 1-year meetup happening today in Manhattan. I'm recording this right before I am going to leave, and as of now, 175 people have RSVP'd yes. Since Threads has 175 million monthly active users, that means 0.00001% of Threads users have RSVP'd for this meetup, so I think that's kind of exciting. Also, this is a good chance for me to wear the Threads t-shirt that I made for myself a while ago, so I will be among my people. I've also seen that there is an Adam Mosseri look-alike dress-up contest happening at this event. It is so hot and humid in New York right now that I personally cannot put on that much clothing, but props to whoever is doing this. And this really makes me feel like I have found my people among this world. So for whatever that's worth. Okay, now let's shift to some Instagram news. According to reverse engineering hacker Hammond O, Instagram will soon allow only the people you follow to message you. This is a setting from inside the app where it says changes to message delivery settings. You'll be notified again 24 hours before your default settings change automatically. You can also choose to change them now or not at all, and this won't affect your current chats. And then it says, who can message you? Soon, only the people you follow will be able to message you. And then it says, who can add you to group chats? Soon, only the people you follow will be able to add you to group chats. And you have the option to change that now or don't change it. Clearly, this is something that Instagram is testing. Whether or not it rolls out or not, I think remains to be seen. But if you get a lot of spam DMs like I do, and you don't feel comfortable to use the hidden words feature for whatever reason, this is a great way to ensure that only people who you want to DM you are able to send you a message on Instagram. In other Instagram news, Jaskaran Singh, who is a social media marketer, is reporting that Instagram now allows you to add images over carousels. In his post about this topic, he includes a short video showing what this looks like. You can add an image on top of a carousel, much like you can do by adding an image on top of another image in your story, and you can tap on it and select different shapes for the image to be that appears on top of your other image. I'm doing a terrible job describing this, but definitely look at this video so you can get a better visual representation of what I'm talking about. And if this is something you want to mess around with, I definitely recommend it because you can make some more creative carousels. For instance, you could put your headshot on top of every slide in a carousel. That's something that you could do, and you could do it in a different shape on every slide of the carousel. I think that's a unique way to have your carousel stand out and show yourself as an authority or an expert. Or you could have your brand logo on every slide in the carousel, and it could be a different shape so that it would stand out. These are all ways to use this new feature, and I would definitely recommend testing it out. And lastly, in Instagram news, social media expert Ahmed Ghanem is reporting that Instagram has added a feature to their professional dashboard, allowing you to turn on collaboration status to show others that you are open to collaborations. He has a screenshot showing what this looks like when you go inside the professional dashboard and you select the new collaboration button. You have the option to turn on the open to collaborating option. It says, enable this to discover other creators who are interested in working together. Other creators who turn this on will see a status on your profile and in direct messages. There's a pop-up that explains a little bit more. Turn on your collaboration status. Adding an open to collaborating status to your profile and direct messages can help you connect with creators that you might enjoy working with. I personally do not have this option yet, even though my Instagram app is updated. This is something I'm really looking forward to turning on though, because I think this is a fantastic concept and I love collaborating with other people, partially because I'm an extrovert, but also I don't enjoy creating content on my own. It feels very much like I'm just doing it in a vacuum. But when you work with somebody, you get their ideas, you have some synergy. I hate that as a buzzword, but it gets the ideas flowing when you work together. And so I really like that. Looking forward to turning this option on. Okay, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, the CEO of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, is going to talk a little bit about where he sees the future of creators and the creator economy. So stick around. Oh, hey, welcome back. The CEO of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, was recently interviewed all about creators, the creator economy, where he sees AI going, and a lot of other topics. Here's a short clip from that interview.
Meta has already been a principal layer of laying those rails today. But when you think about what the future of creator experience looks like, what is that future like from a tactical use case perspective? What are some things that seem interesting to you?
Yeah, so first, I totally agree with what you're saying. I mean, if you look at the kind of broader arc of human history, more people are just getting the chance to pursue their own creativity and their own interests and not having to do as many jobs that they might find mundane or just doing to work, but basically are getting to do things that they really enjoy. And I think a lot of the arc of technology is enabling that, both by increasing productivity for the other tasks and just giving people all kinds of new tools. So this is definitely going to be part of what happens here. Is basically we want to build more tools that just enable more people, including people who don't consider themselves creators today, because I think everyone is creative in some way, and everyone. I just look at my kids trying to, it's like they're not creators, but I mean they're definitely just playing with their Legos, creating all kinds of different stuff. It's cool. It's the old Picasso quote: "All children are artists. The challenge is how to remain one when you grow up." And I think part of what we want to do is build the tools that allow everyone to do that. So, what are the trends that I'm seeing? Well, in social media, I'd say there's a few big ones. One is the shift from feed-based media to more personal messaging interactions. Right? If you look at Instagram, DMs is one of the fastest growing parts of the system. That's part of what I'm excited about here with Creator Studio and AI Studio. Is basically we're making it so that people are going to be able to kind of craft a persona for an AI version of themselves that's going to help them interact with all the incoming DMs that your community is sending you. And it's like the classic problem of there's just not enough hours in the day, right? I think every creator would want to engage with every fan who's reaching out to them, but you just don't have time. And of course, probably more people than are even sending messages would like to engage with something that creator is creating, but a lot of people probably don't even send the messages because they know that the creator is not going to get around to being able to message. So yeah, I mean, I think there's this whole question of how good are the AI agents that creators create for themselves going to be, and I think that's going to be an art form by itself that kind of grows and evolves over time, and it's going to get better and better. But I think for a lot of people, knowing that they're engaging with something that the creator created and had a hand in doing is going to be pretty meaningful. It may not be as good as interacting with the person themselves, but for a lot of people that's not available because there's just not enough hours in the day for the creator to respond. So that's one big part. We can go deep on that. The other one that I'd say is growing really quickly is just reels and video, short form video. There's just been this pretty amazing trend where, you go from, movies and longer form TV shows. I mean, there was a time when people thought of YouTube as short form because people were comparing it to TVs and movie. But today, compared to real short form video, I mean, a lot of YouTube videos feel kind of long, right? You're multitasking while you're watching a YouTube video because it's going on for many minutes. And I think that is probably just going to continue because people are getting the tools to create really compelling content and get it to be super tight and crisp. And I think that the rate of kind of development of those tools is going to continue. And I think that people are going to be able to use AI for creating video and editing, and there will still be a ton of creativity in that whole process because you'll have to kind of hone what you're building and shape it like a sculpture. But I think fundamentally it's going to be accessible, and the quality of the content is going to go up as it just gets, people can play around with a lot more different ideas. So probably those two, messaging and short form video, I think are the two big trends that I'm seeing right now.
Okay, that is going to do it for today's episode. I am going to go run to catch my train for the Threads meetup. If you like this kind of content, please go on Apple Music and leave a review of the show. You can get there directly from the link in the show notes. Thank you for listening, and be sure to come back next time for more social media news and strategy that you need to know. Wraps on.
Let me tell you a couple things that you should know about me. A product manager, but do not have a bachelor's degree. But actually, that's factually a fraction of me. Another fraction's posting content irregular and irrationally. Still probably won't get a job at the Gram. They forgot, they don't know, or don't care who I am. That's why you never see me at the parties and events. My lack of followers must make me irrelevant. Don't have a course, a book to sell to make a bag of grand. Not a social media marketer, don't represent any brands. Plain to see, don't have an agency, but I got a lot of spam. Just putting in my work without the glitz and glam. Won't catch me eating fish unless it's shrimp or clam. No six pack, no risk that, there's a gym card in my hand. Don't have a full-time job, but I got a lot of plans. Stay plotting, dropping knowledge on TikTok and Instagram.